Hi, everyone. Welcome to Live with Celeste. We dive into things about family, life, and entrepreneurship. And right now, I'm excited to have you here tonight because we have a really special guest tonight. If you've ever been curious with real estate investing, specifically how to raise capital for your deals, or um, if you want to buy a property and you don't know where to start, you're in the right place. My guest is someone tonight who made her passion and career. In real estate and capital raising. Her name is Elena. She has an incredible journey in real estate, and we are here to hear her journey about capital raising, about her business, what's getting her excited right now, how she started, and where her path is. So whether you're looking to start in this field or you just want to understand how it works, this conversation is for you. So everyone, welcome. Let's all welcome Elena. There she is. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Celeste. Thank you so much for inviting me. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So, thank you for gracing my show. And I'm just
Thank you.
excited to hear about the progress that you've had. I remember, has it been a year now since the last time we met at that coffee shop where we both can't find the
Oh,
place?
I believe it was in April. It was 10 months ago.
Was it in April?
I
Oh, okay.
joined. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be a year since we met each other. I was still starting with my. I've only been like a year in real estate then, and you were starting, and you were taking action because you were, I want you to tell the story of that. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I have IT background, and last year in January, I lost my job.
Mm,
Before it happened, I had this idea about start real estate for myself for several months. And when I lost my job, I decided this is a sign. I have to
mm,
start new life. No more corporative offices anymore. No more shitty W-2 anymore. Just freedom and freedom to decide what I want to do. So I joined it sub 2. And I started door knocking for foreclosure right away. And Celeste lives not too far away from me. And I contacted you, Celeste, and you were so open to meet me, right? Support me. I remember several deals we tried to close together. It was crazy. It was funny. That
yeah.
gave so much knowledge. Yeah, you remember this guy
Yeah,
with
yeah. I
small
wonder what happened now.
child?
You know what?
Yeah.
I think I came across this property. One of the people that
Mhm.
I was working with came across this property, and I think they bought it. He ended up foreclosing it anyway. So I was like, oh, I,
Yep.
I think this was the guy that we were talking about and we were
Yep.
talking to. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Very, very sad, very sad. But very fast, I decided I don't want to do door knocking for foreclosure. I want to buy properties.
I remember
And
that time you were door knocking. So Elena and I are different in a way wherein she's like, I don't know how tall you are. You're like a foot taller than
uh,
me.
almost, I'm fine, 5.9. Yeah, I'm taller
Okay,
than you.
so I'm 5 feet. So she towers over me. But every time she goes door knocking, I would tell her, send me a
Call
text
me.
message, right? Send me a text message where you're going because she's door knocking on her own. And I know, there are not that many sketchy parts in our area, but just like a concerned friend, I want her to let me know where you are and stuff like that. And you were the one who came to me and said you were talking to um, a property owner where he was in jail or something like that, and someone else was living in the property and stuff. So we've had so many conversations about properties like that, and it was just, yeah, I just remember those
Yeah.
times. So
Yeah,
it was fun.
several not too funny stories, several couple of really weird people, but okay, we survived. And then I
Mhm.
jumped into buy and hold, and yeah, I found great mentor, Jesse Stanton. He is in sub 2 as well. I came through his court. I found business partner, and we bought our first property back in November last year,
Mm.
subject to
Oh, wow.
property.
Up to.
Yeah, with equity partner. Mhm. as
Nice.
equity partner.
Congratulations. So you're partners with Jesse and yourself. Is it another person or just the two of you?
No, JC is my mentor. He's not my partner. He's
Oh,
my
is that your
mentor.
partner? Okay, 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 okay. All
Yeah,
right. Great. And is that's the one in Arizona, right?
in Dallas, in Texas.
Oh, Dallas, Texas, Dallas, Texas. So,
Yeah.
what was your role in that transaction on the
Actually, my
partnership?
main responsibility, yeah, was capital raising.
All right, perfect. So for anyone watching us, so when we go into a deal, obviously you would have partners, right? So if you're going into a deal, it would be best if you know what your roles are. One would be underwriting, what would be just so you have like uh, a certain responsibility, a certain role. In
Mhm.
Lena's case, she is the capital raiser. Capital raiser, for those who doesn't know what that is, she is the money person. She looks for money, so someone identifies a property, someone would underwrite that, making sure that the numbers work, like they would get the cash
Mhm.
flow once it's rented out and all that stuff and it's fixed. And then Elena's job is say, you go and find us money so we can buy this property. So tell us about your journey in looking for money for that property.
Yeah. Oh, it was long story, several months length. So, uh, honestly, before you even start checking properties, you need to find lenders.
Mm-hmm.
You want to contact as many people as possible, but there are two options for you. First option is to start contacting people who has this experience, right? Who is
Exactly.
already lender.
Mm-hmm.
Another option for you is to start reaching out to people who never done lending, but
Mm-hmm.
who is interested in investment, in any kind of profitable investment, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you want to check both, and blue
Mm-hmm.
ocean and red ocean. Little easier for the beginners to work with people with experienced lenders, but you really need to find them. But still, don't forget you want both. You want
Mm-hmm.
who done it and who never done it. So with me, for me, probably it was not too much easy because I'm a member of wonderful community. It's up to community. We have pretty much everyone in our community and lenders and wholesalers who bring us deals. So even before I started building my team, I started networking. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, my target was lenders, 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 lenders. And I remember that time I was doing sometimes 8 Zooms, sometimes 10 Zooms a day. It was
Just connecting,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it's something you really want to do in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If you belong to a great community, sub to on any other community, try to find people into your community first. Start with them, and after you will feel more confident, start reaching out to everyone around you to talk to people, to your family, to your friends. Personally, me, I don't feel confident to working with my friends and with my family because I'm still in the beginning. It's still I don't feel enough confident myself, right? And I don't want to lose my friends just in case life happens. So I
Yeah,
want
and
to get
I
known.
think it's a little bit more difficult if we go into our circle because they know, um for me, and I've talked to a lot of lenders and capital raisers myself, and
Mhm.
they're like, yeah, don't start with your family members.
Yeah,
Do your thing outside of the family, and once you're doing it and they see it, then they will come to you, because that's what happened to
yep,
us.
yep.
I tell them
I
what we
agree.
do, but we're not really like hammering down on what we do, because I know a lot of people that has money within the family, but and I want to share to them, oh, you can put your money in here and it's gonna gain interest and all that stuff. But I didn't want to start there, and so I've talked to a
Yep.
lot of people with regards to starting outside of the family, because especially us with Asian families, we want to keep our family to ourselves, our money to ourselves.
Yeah,
Retirement and handing out. We're more of savers, not really um,
spenders.
entrepreneurs. Yeah, not yeah, yeah, yeah. We want to save it for the rainy day, you know. But what if you can grow that money so you have more money for the rainy day, right? So sometimes it's a hard thing to wrap your head around. But thank you for giving us those kind of like capital raising basics. I believe that what you did before reaching out to me, because I remember you were the first one who reached out to me, and I appreciate that because in the beginning I was not that forward in reaching out when I was first starting in sub
Mhm.
two because my mindset wasn't there. I was like, I know nothing. I know very little about real estate. So let me study first and gain all this knowledge before I go out and stuff. I didn't realize that still I have something to offer, right? Because we already had properties prior to joining Sub 2 and property management, but I didn't think that way, you know. So it's a good thing that you mentioned that having multiple Zooms in on a day wherein you're so tired of speaking, you need like a tea to replenish your
Yep,
voice, right?
yep,
Exactly,
yep.
exactly. So, um, let me see. So you
And
mentioned
actually,
also, go ahead, sorry.
no, no, go ahead, Celeste. Go ahead. You wanted
No,
to ask something?
you go ahead. I'm looking in my notes, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, guys who watch us, you really want to practice because capital raising it's really easy. I mean, it's simple, but it's not easy. Like
Mhm,
any other skill, like any other skill, it requires practice because self-confident, whoever
mhm,
you speak with, you're self-confident and your vibes, your positive vibes, your professional vibes, people scan it and people absorb it. So
mhm,
the more you will practice, the more people you start talk to, the better, the faster you will find lenders. Even if
mhm,
it's if even if it's someone who done lending before, you still won't practice. Even if it's someone who doesn't, who never done lending, you want to practice. Don't don't feel shy. Don't feel yourself you are silly. Don't worry about what people think about you. Practice it. It's like just like any other skill. Just
yeah,
practice.
practice makes perfect. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think with me when I do my capital raising, it's not really about talking money. It's telling them the journey, telling them the story behind why I do this and why I think it's beneficial not only for me but for other people. Um,
Yep.
it's the story behind it really, and the more um, those people get comfortable with you, the better it is
Yep.
that they'll be because they know it's what do you call that? It's easier for them to lend money because they trust you. It's a lot about trust because when we talk about lending, we can start from like um $1,000, 5,000 or whatever transactional lending to like big lending, like being partners and stuff like that, right? So who
Yep.
in their right mind would give you $1 million, just so to get a return for this, and you're going to hold their money for a certain amount of time. So
Yep.
it involves a lot of trust, and obviously you projecting yourself, and obviously the deal has to make sense. It's not just about talk. The deal has to make
Yeah.
sense. You have to really show them how you can give their money back, and plus the interest that you promise that you're gonna give them. So yeah, building
It's
relationships is
absolutely
huge.
truth. Absolutely truth. And I would say trust even number one, then numbers. Because if lender does not trust you, it means lender even will not start speaking with you. Maybe
Exactly.
this person will be enough polite. He will say, she will say, yes, of course, send me, email me your pitch deck or something, right? Or yeah, let's meet for 10, 15 minutes. But it doesn't mean they will treat you seriously. Really,
Exactly.
yeah, trust, credibility in front of people. And this is a big issue. I remember myself when I just started capital raising and I was really worried about how to follow up with lenders. Everyone
Mhm.
says follow up is the key.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand what means follow up. am I have to be silly enough to send text and say, "Hi, how are you? How is weather today? How is your family?" No way,
Yeah.
because they don't
Yeah.
know me, right?
Yeah.
So, I made my own system.
Mm-hmm.
Next day after I met the person first time, usually I meet my lenders first time in the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, mostly. After,
Yeah.
of course, every time I speak with them in Zoom, I ask about their phone number. And
Yes.
adequate people, they always will share with you. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
telling them, oh yeah, please get your phone number because I like to save data. Yeah, everyone says me. Oh yes, of
Mm-hmm.
course. So I get their phone number, and next day I send them text message. Hi John, it was great speaking with you yesterday. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day. That's it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In yeah, don't feel shy. Even say people, uh, sending you text just to follow up with you, just to make sure everything fine with you. So send another text in couple of weeks. Even if this text means nothing, just try to be in the top of their mind, right? It works like
Exactly.
this.
Mm-hmm.
And but you know, Celeste, what I've noticed, the best way to build relationship with lenders is to start sending them deals. Really,
Mm-hmm.
even if these deals are not
A
working
dud.
for them, it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Of course, don't send them just to send. Don't send them
Yeah.
stupid
Yeah.
things, right? Start sending them something, and
Mm-hmm.
they will
Something
start
something
treating
in their
you.
buy box. So buy box
Yeah,
means, for those who didn't know, buy box means their criteria. So if it checks those boxes in there, it means they can buy it, whether it be
yep,
multifamily, single family, and all that, a rental or whatever. So as long as it's in their buy box and you think that it might be something that they're interested in, you send it over. Yes.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, this is what I have to start with. When you speak first time with lender, of course, ask them what they like to lend in, what kind
Mm-hmm.
of loans they like to do. Are they
Mm-hmm.
okay with creative deals? It means, are they okay with second lien position, third lien position, many, many different questions. And after start sending them deals, and you will see people will start treating you more and more serious with every your pitch deck. Second, third, I have this experience. Even people rejected my pitch deck, but several lenders told me after second or third my pitch deck, please don't forget to send me your next pitch deck.
Ah,
I'm
nice.
here to
Yeah.
check. I'm here to check.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
people see you do stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't accept this deal, okay, but they see you are serious, you do your business, you hard
Mm-hmm.
worker, you obviously will improve your level because they see your pitch decks, they see how you underwrite deals, what numbers you bring to them, and they will appreciate it.
All right. So
Time.
the capital raising that you do is you find a deal and then you fund it, right? You don't
Yep.
get capital and then fund it somewhere else. You have to have like um a deal first to fund. That's what you do right now.
You need to have lenders who
Mm-hmm.
potentially could be your a lender. You
Mm-hmm.
need to meet as many as possible people whose buy box match your buy box. So if you do
Mm-hmm.
single families, for example, I don't know, short-term rental, Airbnb, you need to have as many as possible people who like to lend into short-term rental, for example, in Florida, for example,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need to have this information. And then after you met, I would say 10, 20 people, really serious people, you really want to start checking properties because money first, relationship first, and only then deals.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, exactly. So right now your lenders are, so I know that you just funded your deal in Dallas,
Mhm,
Texas, right? And so you found
mhm,
people that are concentrating in that area, has a buy box in that area, and then
mhm.
now that you have that there, some of them are your partners right now, or
Yep.
oh nice. See, hard work pays off. Sometimes it takes longer, but it does pay off when you work hard. So, what
Yep,
has been the
absolutely.
biggest challenge for you um, in capital raising?
Celeste, could you please repeat because I got
Oh,
some
sorry.
something
What
disconnection.
was what was your biggest challenge? The biggest challenge you
Biggest
faced with
challenge.
capital raising? Say that again.
Oh, my biggest challenge was very silly. So you know,
What is?
Celeste, when I started reaching out to lenders, I was still such a newbie. I had no idea I need second lien position lenders because that
Mm,
time my buy box was creative deals. Now I
mhm,
change it a little bit. So and I spent, I believe, couple months reaching out to people without this understanding. I just did not
mm,
know.
mm.
Really, I did not
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And when someone explained me, I remember I was crying. Really, honestly, I was crying for a couple of days because
Oh,
I got this feeling it was useless. 2 months of my life I spent it, it's useless for me. But now I understand it wasn't useless for me. I met so
mm.
many cool
It's a
people.
learning. Yeah, you met so many people. It's a learning process. So, to those who do not understand what liens are, so there's when you buy a property, your first lien would be your mortgage, and then there's a second lien, could be a HELOC, maybe a home equity line of credit is kind of like a second lien. But what we're talking about here with capital raising, second lien would be when you get a partner, they will be the second lien because they're gonna be putting in the money. What that means
Mhm,
is if you sell the property, they're gonna get paid second. So that's why that's important as well. First lien and second lien positions on the property. Not a
yep.
lot of lenders are okay with being second lien. Is that's one thing that you have to consider. If you go to a lender and they say, what would be my position? So if you're not familiar with capital raising or lending, you wouldn't know what the position is. So second lien would be they will be paid second, and there's a first lien that they will be paid first. So some lenders, they want to be so secure, they want to be the first lien. So they want to fund the whole thing and be the first lien on the property. So
Yep.
yeah, isn't that frustrating? So me, English is not my first language. So I always still, I always catch myself thinking, pausing, and thinking of what words to use and stuff. And so you
I
doing
know.
this podcast kind of like practices my English a little bit more. But it's a challenge, right? It's I know it in my head, but then I have to like translate it. So that was like my like a hard thing for me too, is those words. And again, learning about real estate where you didn't have a background before, there's a lot of learning that needs to be done in there.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
a
a
buy and
lot.
holder, a lot, right? I'm a buy and holder. And I didn't even know that I was a buy and holder until I learned all those, like entering in
Yeah.
real estate. I buy properties, I hold them, meaning I keep them forever, or when it's the right time to sell them, then I sell them. But yeah, so with capital raising, I was kind of hesitant with capital raising too, with raising capital, because again, all those things that I have to, I felt like I was begging for money. So that's the mindset that you have to take out of your head too. It's like you're giving them an opportunity to grow their money. You're
Right.
not begging for
Right.
money. You're not, you are,
Yep.
hey, this is an opportunity to grow your money 10-20% in 6 months, a year's time, or whatever longer. So it's kind of like a mindset. So once you have that switch in your head, capital raising would be like easier for you, right? Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
That's what I
I
thought. Yeah. How do you
absolutely
think about
agree.
that?
And you know, Celeste, I believe there only one medicine against this type of mindset. Only one.
What is
Action.
it?
Only
Action.
action.
Exactly,
Only
exactly.
action.
Because
You
yeah.
never will be prepared. You never will have enough knowledge. You never will have perfect circumstances. You never will have enough experience. Only action. Don't I'm podcaster myself as well, and I had several guests. So my main topic for podcast is actually private money lending, and
Exactly.
mostly I have capital raisers, private lenders, my guests, and I remember I had great capital raiser as my guest, Jill Jensen. She's a member
Oh,
of
Jill
SAF
Johnson.
2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she said wonderful words. She said,
Mm-hmm.
when I asked her how to get rid of this mindset, how to get rid of this scariness, she said, we have this mindset only because we all are selfish. We have we are thinking too much about ourselves. And the trick is nobody cares about us. Nobody. We don't have to afraid to be silly, stupid in front of people. People don't care.
I know,
People care
starting a
about their
pod,
children.
starting a podcast, it's like it's a mindset too. It's like I will look silly, I will
Yeah.
look ugly or whatever. I might say something funny and stuff, but
Okay. Look
nobody really
silly.
cares.
Who
I
cares?
mean, that like
Yeah.
no one cares. They can't. They would watch you because of what you say and the knowledge that you provide and stuff, but
Yep.
no one really thinks about what you're wearing or how you look like and stuff like that. We're
This is
not
the truth.
actors and
This is the truth.
actresses. We're
Yeah.
providing
And I
value. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yeah. And I had another wonderful guest. Jay Conner. Jay Conner is a really known capital raiser.
I
He's
don't know
author of
him. I'm
several
gonna list
books.
him down. Jake
Yeah,
Connor.
Jay Conner. Yeah, he was my guest. And I
Mhm.
love what he said. His strategy to raise capital has name raise capital without asking money. Isn't cool? Like you
Mhm.
said in the beginning, right? Especially
Mhm.
with people who never done lending. Don't come to them, hi guys, give me your money. Of course not. You
Yeah.
need to build credibility and just
Mhm.
give them information and ask
Exactly.
them correct questions, right? If
Mhm.
you know this person is, let's say, has money, right? And everyone interest is interesting to save money, to multiply their capital. Just
Mhm.
ask them. Ask them what they do. They do any investment? Would they like to try investment? Tell them about what you're doing. Don't ask them. Don't try to persuade them. Just give them information and
Mhm.
explain them how you can help them. For example, you can tell them about someone else who is in similar situation, right? You can tell
Mhm.
them, I do real estate investment, right? I buy properties, I involve other people money. It's so cool. People are happy because they receive their paycheck every month. For example, I met this lady a year ago. We just developed our relationship. And one day she called me and said, listen, I like what you're doing. I have some money. Do you want me to become your lender? And
Mhm.
this is where game
Um,
starts from. Yep. Just
yeah.
just be
It's the
be
story that you
human with human.
provide, right? It's the story.
Mhm,
It's the relationship that you tell them. And I like that when I first started with, so Elena and I belong to uh, we call it a mentorship. It's a community of
mhm,
uh, entrepreneurs. Whether we buy businesses, we buy properties, we lend money and all that. So we belong into that community. It's quite big now, but that's where I learned that having a background story on why you are doing this is really helpful,
mhm.
because that's how people will know you. That's how
Yeah,
they will identify you, because all of us have different types of story. Elena's story is different from mine. Elena's story of capital raising is totally different than why I do capital raise, on why I buy properties, why I buy and hold
mhm,
on certain areas. So we have different backgrounds, but if you hear our story and it clicks with you, and you can invest in her or me or both, or I think I believe that looking for the importance of why this person is doing this, it builds
yeah.
trust, it builds character, and it's the start of something like meaningful and special, I think. I believe that. So I really do.
I agree with you, Celeste. Million% agree. Yeah. People
So what?
first, right?
Yeah, yeah. What's what exciting thing are you doing right now?
Oh, we have time. Oh my gosh.
We still have a few, yes.
Oh my gosh, Celeste, you know how much I love real estate. Really, I did not realize it until I started doing it, really.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, I have wonderful business partner.
Mm-hmm.
Her brain is just like encyclopedia. So
Mm-hmm.
she's full of ideas. I have my ideas, and we just united. And I'm so happy because we really match each other, just like a
Nice.
just like a really great couple.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the same level of energy. We
Mm-hmm.
have the same goals. We have the same vision. We really complement each other, and
Nice.
it's just amazing. It's just amazing. It's Celeste. You know, it's between you and me. Just like find good man.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe business partner even better than the good man.
Yes, yes, yes. Not everyone gets the privilege of finding that someone, may it be in business or relationship, right? So
Yeah,
we get what we
yeah.
get. Yeah, yeah. I'm so
Oh my
happy.
gosh.
That's something that, yeah, I can see in your eyes and in the way you speak that you're really excited about this new partnership. So what are you guys
Yeah.
what do you have planned now for your future?
Oh, okay. So we have several projects right now on our table. First
Mm-hmm.
project, we are going to buy distressed properties
Mm-hmm.
to fix them, to convert them into part split, to
Mm-hmm.
refinance and to hold.
Mm. Good.
Our next plan, we have brand. We are going to develop this brand, and we want to sell part split properties as a turnkey business for people who
Mhm.
doesn't want to start, who just want to buy business and to run
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
So
Those,
we
yeah.
are going to from the no, not from the scratch. Yeah, they don't
Mhm.
want to make deal with all this
Yeah.
mess. So
Mhm.
yeah, we want to develop our brand, to develop our franchise. So second project, I mean, the part of this first project, we just started free community for people who wants to do wholesaling. So every investor knows this problem. People who brings them deals, wholesalers, they not always sometimes understand our buy box,
Mhm.
right? They usually just they close the deal, and usually what they do, they just start spread information around. They reach out to you, they send you everything they closed, and it's 99.9% it's not working for you.
Mhm.
So if we decided the best way for us to generate deals is to create by ourselves, but of course we cannot do it by ourselves because we are
Mhm.
busy. So we created this free community. We already have there 150 people. We've
Mhm.
done it for last 10 days. So what we are doing in this community is absolutely free. Whoever can
Mhm.
join us. We
Is it
teach
a
people
Facebook
our
community?
strategy. No, it's Discord community.
Oh, Discord. Okay. Good.
Yep.
Mhm.
We do every day, see every single day live sessions. Sessions takes between 2 and 3 hours. And my business partner, she teaches people how to close deals that match our criterias, and
Mhm.
we will buy them these deals. And people can get support any moment. So they come to me, they come to my business partner with all questions. We support them.
Mhm.
So already one of our students, she brought us deal a couple days ago. We opened escrow yesterday. It's first deal
Oh,
with our students. It's
congratulations.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Isn't that
amazing.
amazing?
Remy, you are amazing. You're such a rock. So we have a couple more students who almost brought us contracts. You see, just action. People
Mhm.
started 7 days
Yeah.
ago, 10 days ago. You don't need years.
Mhm.
So this is another project to help people and to create this win-win situation.
Mhm.
Our next plan is to start online school for Russian speakers, immigrants, because both me and my business partner, we both are Russian speakers.
Oh,
So
okay.
we want to teach people, immigrants, Russian speakers who live in US, real estate.
Mhm.
So we already done massive steps towards our goal, and we almost ready to start. Couple more days, and we will start our marketing. So
Nice. So
yeah,
a lot
so
of
many
exciting
goals.
things in store for you guys. So since you
Yep,
have that, I know I don't want to take so much of your time. It, I will put all of your, so that's a free Discord channel, right? So I want to
yep.
list down on the description of this video all of your socials, the way they can contact you, email, whatever, Instagram, Facebook, and that Discord channel that they can, and
Thank you so
probably
much,
your
Celeste.
buy,
Yep,
yeah, probably your buy box, so they can just, go into this video and reach out to you that way. That is so exciting. So I know this has been a, it doesn't seem like a long time because it's only been a year, isn't it?
yep,
Since we,
yep.
almost, because it's just March and then April. So it's really been a year, and the transition that you've done from then to now is tremendous. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy.
Mm,
Because if Elena's been saying taking action. She's one that takes action. Like if, since the beginning, I'm gonna door knock, and she door knocks because getting into real estate, you want to find what you are good at and what you like doing. And so she tried door knocking, she tried wholesaling, she tried whatever. But now it's this is really her goal, her path. So she is a buy and holder. She wants to help people. She wants to educate people. She wants to obviously go and move forward into the pad split co-living niche, and I am so excited for what's in store for you. You also have a podcast, right?
thank
What's the title of
you.
your podcast?
Real estate freedom podcast.
Okay, perfect. And I can see on your thing there, elenabartash.com. They can reach you out there too. All right, perfect. So
Yep.
I do have a few more questions. So how do you think technology is helping you with capital raising? That's one thing that I want to answer because
Helps.
yeah, how do you what are the technological advances have you done in order for you to move forward with that gives you an impact with capital raising?
Really, it helps a lot. So I would say you want to use your social media. So
Mm-hmm.
can I give some information about social media, or you mean
Sure.
actually technologies?
Yeah, yeah,
Social
yeah. I think
media
that, yeah, social
counts.
media. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go to LinkedIn, guys. This is a really wonderful platform where you can meet people who makes good income, right? Reach out to them. Just be consistent. They do it 50 times a day, 100 times a day, whatever. You will need premium for a couple of months. Reach out to doctors, reach out to lawyers. Just with very simple, standard message, something like, if you're interested to multiply your capital, if you want to listen more about real estate investment, I'm an investor, I'm here to explain to you. Just brief and silly example, but you can ask ChatGPT to create
Mm-hmm.
script for you
Yeah.
and send to
Kind of
people.
like a, yeah, kind of like an elevator pitch, right? If you have
Yep,
someone across the elevator, and what is it that you do? You have to have like a
yep,
few sentences that you can tell them that would impact, what you do so they can remember you. So that's one thing that you have to tweak. Again, ask Chat GPT what it is, and make
yep,
sure to tailor it to what you have. So that's really a great advice. So I tell that to the people that I talk to as well. Like, you have to have an elevator pitch. People need to know what you need and what you can
yeah,
offer, and they have to remember you. So a
yeah,
couple of sentences, short ones that has that impact would be great.
yeah.
So I forgot to mention this to you, and I forgot to ask, and I want to ask now. How do you handle rejections when you go capital raising? You've done all this time, and then they say, "Oh, maybe no." How do you handle that? Rejections.
Sometimes it's hard.
Mhm.
Especially when you count on people, and especially if you have pitch deck in your hands and you really need this capital. and
Mm-hmm.
you was sure this person is hypothetically potentially can help you.
Mm-hmm.
After you sandwich deck, or after you made this zoom with this person and they said you know, I will pass this time. Sometimes it's difficult, but really we don't have to treat it too personally, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because at the
Next,
end of the day, it's
next.
business. Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Don't hold grudges because you don't know what that person is coming from as well.
Yep.
So that's what I learned too. I've had a few deals that has fallen through because I um I kind of like had this person that I thought that he was,
Hmm.
all of the things are connecting to he's gonna fund it, But at the end of the day, I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, what am I gonna do? I didn't, So a few deals have fallen through because again, it hasn't been funded. So the way I deal with it is like you have to move on and move forward. It's a learning process. You cannot close all of the deals that you have, right? All of the stuff that comes to you, you
Yeah.
cannot always close all of them. And also, I am not a religious person, but I am a prayerful one. So I pray about every deal that comes across me, and that's kind of like my scapegoat one way or another, that it's not for me. So it makes me feel better if I say that it's not for me, which is, in reality it isn't really, probably. But that's one
Hmm.
thing for me, for myself, to feel better. This thing is not for me, so I can let go. So that's that's just my little kink there. But yeah, so because sometimes it gets so frustrating, isn't it? You tell them
Yeah.
everything and you show them the numbers and you know it's going to work, but then at the end of the day, it's not a deal for them. So you can't really force it when it's not. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And you really don't know what's going on in this person's life right now, right? It's not
Mm-hmm,
because you done something wrong. Maybe
mm-hmm.
they just deployed their money a couple of weeks ago, or
Yeah,
maybe they're coming through difficulties in their personal life. You never know, really. It's nothing
yeah,
personal. Again, we
exactly.
don't have to we don't have to be selfish. We don't have to think too much about ourselves. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing about us. Something
Yeah,
about another
yeah,
people's lives,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's disappointing uh, um, that you're not able to help them, because again, they're gonna grow their money, and it's kind of like a loss. But at the same time, you have to make sure that your investors feel great about what they're doing, because if it
Yeah.
feels forced, they might not want to lend with you again. So I never ever force anyone to lend to me. It doesn't matter how great the deal is. If they don't feel comfortable, if they have
Yeah.
a doubt, I was like, yeah, if you have any doubts at all, and if everything that I mentioned to you doesn't satisfy you, this is not for you.
Hmm.
So I never ever force it on them. Doesn't matter if it's like a small funding or a huge funding. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter if they have doubts, if they have second thoughts. I was like, this is probably not for you. So
Yeah.
I'll move on to the other, or, you know, tweak the deal a little bit. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's really not about the deal. It's just really how that person is going through and
Yeah.
everything. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Agree. You
yeah,
never
you
know.
already mentioned the best advice, like with Jill and with Jay, which is great. That's amazing. I just want to ask this. People ask what favorite book you want, but what I want to ask is, what book, movie, or TV character um do you see yourself in?
Mm, I don't
May it
know.
be a book, may it be a movie. I just find this question very interesting. That's why I
Oh,
ask.
really? I don't know because honestly, I don't watch TV, and I
How
really
about a
I
book?
don't watch TV.
Book. How
I
about a
read
book?
books. I do a lot of I work. I do a lot of exercise.
I
I don't watch TV, honestly, and
yeah,
I don't
I
know
just I
anything
just
about
find it.
American TV shows. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people get off guard when I say what kind? Because me, when I got asked, I was like, what? I don't know the answer either. So I kind of like, oh, that's weak. And I love good movies, like feel good movies and stuff like that. And with the book. So the book that made you interested in real estate, let's just say that.
Mm. Uh, I love reading mindset books. I have couple my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sorry guys, I was reading these books in Russian language and I don't know how what is the English name. You see, it's everything
But it's
complicated with
but
me.
it's in
Uh,
Russian. It's mindset. So
yeah,
a lot of people kind
Napoleon
of like
Hill Bows.
involved.
Napoleon Hill Bows.
That
Yeah,
Napoleon
you
it's
know
about
Napoleon
mindset.
Hill.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a big thing about capital, about anything that you want to do is mindset, right?
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
even now it creeps out every now and then your feeling of, am I worthy of this? Am I really in this path? It creeps out every so often, and you have to have like that mindset that
Mm,
this is what I want to do. This is the reason why I'm doing it, and all that stuff. So
mhm.
yeah, mindset is really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, yeah, you have to
It's
do
number
that. So
one. You know what,
yeah,
Celeste? I would like to show people this book,
raising raising private capital.
Raising Private Capital. I know, guys, you see it
Who's the
in
author?
Miro. Author is Faircloth. Matt Faircloth. So, raising private capital, building your real estate empire using other people's money. Matt
Mhm.
Faircloth. Plus, I mentioned I had Jay Connor as my guest, and he
Mhm.
wrote 3 books about capital raising. And one of these books he gives out for free.
Oh,
I can
nice.
send you link. Yeah, this link is under
Yeah,
our
I wanna meet Jesse. I haven't met Jesse. I haven't met
okay.
Jay. Jesse. So I wanna meet them because I wanna get connections and stuff because I wanna be more active with raising capital now. I'm at that point wherein I have to spread my wings and really raise capital. I've been talking to a lot of
Mhm.
lenders because I want to get this business moving, and so I need partners that aligns with what I believe in, so we can do this thing. Like you've been doing it, and you found a partner. I do have a partner, and I do have a few companies already, but we wanna scale, and so we're
Yeah.
we're needing more capitals, we're needing more partners. The more partners the better. So thank you so much for gracing a show, my show.
Thank you,
um
Celeste. Thank you,
yeah.
Celeste.
Make sure you forward me all of your socials. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. This would be live on YouTube by tomorrow. And yeah, I'm excited and I'm so happy to learn about your journey. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Celeste. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us and have a good night.
Bye bye.